What's going on, everyone? So, I'm glad I stayed up late editing videos because it's 4 in the morning at the time of recording this video, and we just got some breaking news per Adrian Wojnarowski. We never get Laker news this early, but apparently, according to Adrian Wojnarowski, the Los Angeles Lakers are targeting Connecticut's Dan Hurley to become the franchise next coach and are preparing a massive long-term contract offer to bring the back-to-back national champion to the NBA, sources tell ESPN. This is, wow. Talk about out of left field. So Woj also adds, Rob Pelinka and Jeannie Buss are eager to formally discuss their vision with Hurley of marrying his dominant program, built upon both his tactical accolade and elite player development, to the storied Lakers brand. Wow. I don't know what just happened, right? So the conversation, obviously, for the last month or so has been JJ Redick as the head coach. JJ Redick, JJ Redick, JJ Redick. I mean, maybe this is just developed, right? Maybe the idea was JJ. Maybe they really did want JJ. Because, we didn't even have, there wasn't even talk about him interviewing. There wasn't even talk about Dan being a part of anything. It's just, I'm kind of one, I'm exhausted because it's 4 in the morning. I was just about to fall asleep. But two, it's just, talk about a twist, man. Talk about out of left field. Now, I don't know, again, this comes from Woj, right? If this is some random report, I might feel a little different. So obviously there's been conversation, there's been dialogue. They've had their back and forth. The Lakers, based on these report, based on Woj, is prepared to make this offer, right? He's prepared to put this out there. I don't know. It's odd, right? Because it comes out of left field. Now, look, I was a fan of JJ Redick, but hey, if they believe he's better, because there have been a lot of hype, a lot of talk, a lot of excitement about JJ Redick being the head coach, right? And now out of left field, you get this report. It's strange to me. But let's kind of discuss the pros and cons, right? Because again, Dan Hurley, he has the resume as far as a head coach, but at the college level, right? Can he translate to the NBA level? We have seen lots of excellent college coaches in pretty much all sports go pro and are not able to cut it, right? Because again, college pro is very different things. Dealing with guys with bigger egos, dealing with higher talent levels, right? Some of the stars on UConn that he's coached are just random guys in the league, right? It's just, so he is well respected. He comes from winning, right? Again, back-to-back national champions. He has been praised and heralded as this great, excellent coach. I don't know. Now, Coach K is also kind of in this process, right? So maybe that's the connection. Maybe that's the tie. I'm sure we're going to start getting more and more information kind of trickle in as we move towards, just now, right? Now that we got this report. So I'm curious to see if maybe that's where this stems from. Maybe because, again, Coach K was in the process of helping the Lakers kind of do their due diligence and part of the interviews and stuff like that as a consultant. So maybe the Lakers are talking to K, and what if K was talking to Dan? Maybe this developed quickly. It's the league, man. Right? Things move quickly, right? 1 minute you think it's this, the next minute it's this over here, right? I'm still a little surprised because they'd see all signs, everything pointed to JJ Redick. He's the new head coach, right? Even JJ Redick yesterday was in an interview and they were hey, what are your thoughts on you basically being the new head coach of the Lakers? And he was we'll talk about it after. Oh, wait, not me being the head coach, just what Shams said. Right? I just think that's odd, right? I wonder if they still bring JJ in, right? I wonder if maybe Dan Hurley's the head coach. JJ Redick becomes the assistant, right? And then maybe they go with like, I still think you got to bring in like a James Borrego. I still feel a lot of the same ways with him as I do about JJ, right? Because at least JJ, he played. He was a professional basketball player, right? Like he had 15 years, right? He has these relationships. He has these connections. He is well respected. Again, we've seen a lot of college coaches step up into the pro level and it just doesn't work out, right? I'm not saying it won't, and I'm hoping it does, right? Like I want it to, and I'm going to support him, right? If he really does end up becoming the new head coach, he's got my support, right? Because I'm not going to root for his failure. I'm not going to root for his unsuccess. But also, like the report talks about how they want him for his player development and stuff like that. But that's not the Lakers, right? Like the Lakers have when was the last time the Lakers actually drafted somebody and developed them? Right? As soon as they can move off of those guys to go get a star, they're going to go get a star. So I like again, it's odd that you're having all these college connections. Now he is tapped into various guys and role players and stuff like that, and these college programs and new guys coming in. So maybe he can kind of have, kind of like the Lincoln Riley, Deion Sanders type effect, to where it's like they go somewhere and boom, now everyone wants to go and transfer. So, you have the name, you have the Lakers. Again, I like his philosophies. I like him as a college coach. I mean, again, he's proven in that field, but can he translate it to an NBA level, right? Will his offensive schematics work with LeBron and Anthony Davis and NBA level, right? How will his defensive schemes? It's just, will he be able to manage the egos and the agents and everything that goes into it, right? Now I don't have a doubt that he'd want to do it. Like, this is a good opportunity. If he works, he works, right? I mean, there's definitely an argument for him. I get it, but I still think a lot of the same concerns with JJ are still concerns with Dan, right? Like, I think they're all still the same, right? Like, yes, at least Dan, he's somebody that has had coaching experience on a college level, where JJ, he's coaching Pop Warner, right? Like, he's not coaching like any major thing. So there is I guess that advantage. But then I think that there's an advantage of JJ and his experience in the NBA over a 15-year career, right? So I think it kind of weighs itself. I still personally lean more towards JJ. I still personally would rather have JJ. But again, I'm not in these rooms. Like, I'm not having these conversations. I'm not I don't know what JJ's interviews went. Apparently they did great. But, maybe Dan, maybe that's the guy that they want. To me, it came out of just left field. It was so bizarre, right? Like, literally, I recorded some videos, scheduling them for the morning. I'm up late, tired, ready to go to sleep. Like, my eyes are all red. I'm barely hanging on by a thread. And then my phone starts going off. And I was like, what? I was like, we got Laker news? And because that's when my phone does that. And I looked and it was like, wow, okay, this is what we're doing at 4 in the morning. When do you get Laker news at 4 in the morning? That's what's crazy. Usually it's 9, 10, right? I guess technically it's 7 a.m. in the East Coast, right? But still, it's just, I don't know. I'm gonna have to let this settle in. I'm sure we'll get some more news. I'll have a more awake mind conversation later today, and also maybe we get some news that he actually signs, which means I'm probably not going to get much sleep because I'm probably going to be checking my phone constantly. I'm probably going to wake up in 2 hours. Has anything updated? Has anything changed? So, but anyway, as always, this is a discussion. I pass a question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you like the idea? Do you not like the idea? Do you think Dan Hurley, he's the guy, right? He's coming off back-to-back championships with UConn, right? He's got the pedigree, player coach, right? Good development, right? His experience. Again, he has good scheme. Or at least he looks. Again, will they translate to an NBA level? He has the schematics. right? But will they transfer to an NBA level? I don't know. Again, it's a big question, but whew, it's probably going to be a crazy day. But let your thoughts and opinions. Let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.